So we've talked a lot about self-care and the different rewards that we get from our profession. But going back to grad school, like where we're all working 13-hour, 14-hour days, as you guys have experienced too, what do you find most invigorating about our profession and most exciting?
The amazing thing is that after 40 years, I am still excited to read articles. I don't know if is Dr. Peterson still here? Yeah, I was just telling him I took a wonderful research course with him where he taught us to read research studies. And I was just reading a research article recently and just kind of going down and looking at their statistical significance. And I still love to learn about this field. You would think after 40 years I'd be over it, but I'm not, and it keeps changing, and there's still new information. So I find that really keeps me going, the love of the learning.
I think the love of it all keeps me going. Even the reading I did for preparing for this talk was interesting because I found out something new. I'd never really read about positive psychology before. So everything that I learned, keeping learning, lifelong learning is really exciting. And that's probably because I used to play school when I was just a little kid. But every time I do something, I love teaching, I love counseling. Every time I do any of it, I would remind you that I am retired. So I do much less of it than I did at one time. But when I do any of it, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. I still love the way people react. I love the way I feel when I'm able to help somebody. I love the way I feel when I know that somebody's learned something from me. It's just, it gives me that adrenaline rush. It's the endorphins. I'm addicted to it.
See, we're all juiced up right now. But for those of you that don't know, there's a website, www.authentichappiness.com. That's from the University of Pennsylvania, and you can go on there for free and take a values test. And so I think it's a part of it's, you know, a match for your values. One of my top values is lifelong learning. So, you know, kind of like look at those values and say, how can I fit these in really well with what I do?
Invigorating. My patients are also people, and as people they have personalities, and some of those personalities are really wonderful to behold. And so the non-therapeutic interactions I have with them before a session and a little bit after a session can be very invigorating at times. It can make me laugh, it can make me learn things that I would never have learned if I hadn't been talking to them. I find that invigorating. On occasion, some of the stories I hear are so heartbreaking that I cry on behalf of the patient, sometimes when they're not even crying. And in some sort of strange way, I find that invigorating also. And thirdly, I have come to genuinely love a healthy number of my patients. And that feeling of love, feeling the feeling of love flow from me to them is extremely invigorating. And so that's what keeps me going. Getting a paycheck is invigorating too.